Okay. Hello, if you can hear me. I don't know why you can't see me. Hang on. Hello. Mm-hmm. All right, to pick up from where we were yesterday. Finish this one up. For the most part, I can't think of too much more to add to it. Put these buildings on over the brake run and over the top of the lift hill station here. And then we put up this ride, which is a launched free fall. Used the scenery, created a nice little building housing for it. Added a couple things that was not on the stream, and that's some planters that the basically this whole top piece has been added in since yesterday. I also put a little water on the side of these, but I think instead I might try to do some kind of pools in the concrete area outside of that building. So actually, we'll get rid of all the water we put here. Make it one bigger. 8. Now bring the land back up. And that deleted like most of that. That's fucking great. Okay, so let's rebuild what we accidentally deleted. Which I think I remember exactly what it was. That, a little bit of the trim. Okay. And let's, there we go. Okay. So yeah, this got kind of destroyed too. Alright, fixed. Alright, before we start putting up a third roller coaster, which let's continue on into this kind of blank area here. I'll probably stay fairly even. Do something of a similar size as the 1-1. But for now, let's put some water in over here. Do the same on the other side. That looks pretty good. Yeah, maybe some kind of railing or something. So it doesn't look like you just walk straight into the water. Fences, walls. What would look good? Let's break. This little wooden post might look good there. Steel fence. Yeah, let's try the wooden post and see how that looks. I kind of like it, kind of don't. I like it a little bit. I kind of hate it a little bit. Uh, there's a bunch more too. They're just like lost in all these categories. Let's go to the Alt tab and type in the word fence. See what pops up. Jungle fence? What does that look like? It's got plants in it. I kind of like that. I wish it was only a quarter high and not half a tile high though, because I don't. Well, let's see how it looks. Yeah, that looks way too high. And if I try to sync it, no, you can't. Ba, 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 ba. That's not bad actually. I do kind of like how it has the somewhat like sagging ropes. Yeah, get rid of the stupid wooden post fence. So let's try that. Oh, one extra. Back. I should have looked through all these before I did that, but that's a steel fence. Ooh, okay. Here's one with like the little spikes on it, I think. Yeah. Let's plug one in to see how that. No, I like that a lot better. Okay. Real productive so far. Just build something and immediately like I want to delete it. Yeah, I like the way that looks. I like it better than the wooden posts and white ropes. Don't really know what type of coaster we're gonna build for the third coaster yet. So we have the wooden, and this one's hyper twister. So we'll definitely not build either of those again. We'll build something new and different. Uh, Maybe just like a looping or a corkscrew style. We can still do a bunch of fun inversions and stuff like that. Alright, that looks cool. Let's see. Next. I'm gonna just take a little time and fill in a bit of the trees in the gap between the two rides here. Easiest way, probably eyedropper and just copy some existing tree styles. And a few more here. Bunch more. Pretty heavy on these pines here. Must be pretty exciting if you're on that train and you look to the right and entire trees popping up out of nowhere or disappearing. What a wild, wild, wild thing. Trees. Some more of these purple guys. A couple purples up there too. Alright. I like to be pretty sparse with these yellow ones, but I'll put a couple more in. And what other variety do we have? These ones? What are these even? Oh, they just say tree. No description of what type of tree it could be. If anybody knows what type of tree that is, feel free to leave a comment. Spread your tree knowledge. Spread your tree knowledge with me, please. And now I actually kind of want to sprinkle a few of these over here too. Maybe not exactly on the grounds of the ride, but perimeter. Do a little rotation. Plug them in. Alright, that looks better. I do like how this scenery housing for the ride turned out, by the way. I did add these little top pieces on each layer pretty late last night after I ended the stream, along with the cap on top here. And then you take the scenery away and that's what the ride looks like. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna do what I did last time, because I kind of liked drawing a perimeter that I wanted to stay within before building a ride. And let's be like proper and use this giant chain link fencing like how it probably would be for an actual ride. Let's see, so said I don't want to be really any further than this, because I don't want to immediately squeeze on the neighbor until the map is fuller. By the way, I am playing on a online server, so it's a very large map as you see. And uh, OpenRCT2, pretty nice. You can, play in multiplayer online together at the same time, which you absolutely could not do back when this game came out in 2002. What we did back then is we just had to email save game files back and forth. And, you basically couldn't do like you do now where you can see things going up in real time. You'd have to kind of wait until the other person was finished building whatever they're going to work on, and then normally you'd have if it was orchestrated properly, you'd have some kind of schedule of when you would try to be done by and email it back to the next person. They could add the thing they want to add to it, and there were contests, like there are now and everything back then too, but being able to play online together is awesome. So, multiplayer tab, couple people on here. You can pop in and kind of see what they're doing. So let's go to Chan, and so Chan's down here working on this red ride. Take a little peek at this and watch this thing. So station right there. Little brake run. Yeah, pretty cool, windy layout. Double helix there. Do what looks like another little brake run. It's got these nice little structures to go in and out of before the loop. And a third brake run, wow. It's nice how it wraps around the observation tower. And then back into the station. Cool. Now it's like a food court type building. In the base of what's underground monorail? Let's see. Underground food. Where does this go? It goes pretty far. Okay, does this actually run the whole length? Oh, let's follow a train. Hijacked monorail. Very safe. Alright. And there, and that's just... Is that part of it too? Yeah. Wow, it does wrap kind of all the way around the park. Alright. I'll look at the other player. Working on this. I do really like the layout of this ride too. And the nice square shape. Water is done nicely too. With pulling up corners of the land and having it look pretty natural. Alright, okay, back to what I was doing. Which was building the fence of where our next coaster's gonna go. Okay. I'm gonna try to use this part here too. So unlike this one that I built, basically a square, we'll do a kind of weird L shape for the lot here. I'd probably leave, yeah, I think that amount of room between the The wooden coaster and the one next to it. Yeah, so if we do some kind of like out and back thing, like station probably in the middle. Let lift. No, I don't know. Actually, I feel like I'm drawing a giant boot. Does that does that feel small? That feels kind of small. All right, let's delete all that and pa 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 pa. Let's go a little wider. All right, whatever we build, we're gonna do it within that space. Alright, go to the coaster tab. We're not doing a wooden. We're not doing the hyper twister. Could do the looping coaster, but they're a bit basic. I do really like doing inverteds quite a bit. Compact inverted. Okay. And that's where it's only 2 people per row. And an inverted coaster. I'd probably go for the inverted. Vertical drop ones are pretty fun to build too. A lot of styles, I don't know if it's I don't like them or I just they have weird rules, they're tedious to build, but I tend to just keep building the same like 5, 6 different coaster types. So let's continue that and build an inverted here. Okay. I like the colors it shows randomly. That's kind of cool. Kind of, I don't know. Anybody remembers the Power Rangers movie from like '95, and Ivan Ooze was the silly new villain they made for the movie, and it kind of colors kind of remind me of that. Oh, maybe I'll call it the Ivan Ooze. It's probably a long enough station. I'm having second thoughts about having the lift hill actually come out the other way. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen because then we can, I'm gonna scoot this a little bit over to the left, and then I think we'll do no, maybe even more in the middle. Do a little turnaround, lift hill, um, come down here, do a bunch of, you know, hills and loops and whatever shit, and then come over here, maybe some kind of nice helix thing in the middle to tie it together. I don't know. I never know. I just build a station, track pieces, and the ideas and layouts, they kind of just come to you. Be kind of in the middle. And like on almost all of mine, I don't like my station on the ground. So I'm normally I don't know, anywhere between 2 and 5 tiles up. And when I do that, it gives me, an excuse. Like here, I think I'm 3 tiles up to the station. No, two, yeah, 2 or 3. Uh, Gives me an excuse to build a nice, big, beautiful state custom station out of scenery. So we'll go. Let's go an even 80 for the station. Ba, 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 ba. Alright, and then first thing we'll do is that tiny little dip and just get a little bit of momentum. It's not going to be going very fast, but it's going to be doing this dramatic kind of swinging around thing with extra, track pieces where they're kind of it might actually be a little uncomfortable if it's done too slowly, but it's fine. The guests in Roller Coaster Tycoon they like uncomfortable stuff, so it's all good. All right, let's start going up. So 75 at the lowest. That was a bit deceptive because you're seeing this height marker that says 175 feet. You're like, oh, okay, that's like really, really tall for an inverted coaster. That's wild. Why would you? That thing's a monster. But when you're starting at a base height of 75, it's really only a 100-foot drop. Which, so in that case, I think we'll go to. It's gonna be a pretty. It's gonna be a pretty big ride. I'm not gonna lie. Um, that's pretty tall. 210. Okay. 210, but minus the 75, so it's what 135. 40. Okay, we'll make it like about 150-foot drop, which is pretty insane for a inverted roller coaster. I'll do that little bit of a twist, and I'm just kind of draw the line here, my cursor, and see if I am right up against the fence. So we could do, one hill, maybe like a high bank type thing over here. Or maybe like a loop in that gap or something. I don't know. Let's build. Wow, it's a massive drop. And I don't really know why it isn't drawing any supports. I might have to do custom ones. Because that's an absurd amount of track to not have anything holding it up. Alright, what's their max height? 225. So if we can get it to like 210, 205, that sounds good. Down to about 100. Okay. Uh, No, I think it's gonna be like whipping way too fast through that. So maybe not a helix. But you can do this big swooping maneuver that's not a helix, but it goes up, yeah, at a way more dramatic, dramatic, dramatic rate. Uh, it might be too many G's though. We'll have to. I'm worried if I build this part wrong, that I'll test it, and the intensity is going to be just through the roof, and then nobody wants to ride it. Let's run a ghost train. Okay, let's see. Yeah, they look pretty good. There. Oh, that's outside of the border. Can't do that. Stay within the border. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. And then how high are 165? Last drop 205. Down quite a bit. What are we at? 980? And the top of the large loop is 160. Watching the next ghost train. See how much momentum it has going through the loop. Yeah, makes it. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, after watching that go through, I'm kind of I got a little bit of a different idea over here. So let's get rid of this part. And let's actually do a inline twist while we're up here. Hopefully I can still connect to this, but it might not be enough for me. But that would be pretty cool, right? Like you just went down the big drop, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh shit, I'm upside down, I'm getting turned," and then boom into the next. Oh, I just don't want it to be too harsh of a transition. I'm probably just gonna have to. Let's see if we can connect it there and keep some of that helix, but I think we're just gonna have to redesign this whole section because putting that inline twist in definitely threw things off. Okay, so into that. And then, yep, we gotta. Yeah, let's just back off all the way to there. 60. To 165. To 170. Is that even? It is even with it though. That's nice. Okay. And can I actually? Go from that one. Yeah, that'll work. Kind of took the helix thing out. A bit of a bummer, but. Rachel. Reggie. That's my kitty. That's my big baby kitty, huh? You gonna sit on Papa's lap? Come here. Yeah, come here. Oh, come here, kitty. Come here, baby. Come here. Sit. That looks so weird. I don't think it's wrong, but it looks weird. $135 to 140. And can we go in the middle of this loop? Because I want to do that. Oh, that is awesome. And it stays within the lines. Oh, that's nice. Okay. 25. Go too higher to 135. Do some more of those wonderful inline twists. Alright, come right out of that. Go right down. All the way down to 65. And I don't know if we're gonna have enough. I don't know. Energy left. Maybe. Ah, no problem. You did that, no problem. That's good to know. Do I want that there? That's probably pretty intense, huh? Coming right out of the loop and then immediately doing a hard bank. What height? 110. Sixty. 60 is pretty low. Like, they're gonna be scraping their feet against the ground. Do that. Round. Big loopy. 3 loopy. Alright, how far are we from station? I think we're ready to go back. Let's see, so that... And... So that is... So we're like four tiles away? Alright, how can I make this a bit more... Let's go like 3 tiles that way, I guess. So... Looks up, he looks up. 75. Okay, are we even with the station now? Down here. And now we are 1 too far. Okay. Actually, back off 1 then. Back off 2 of them. Go back to the end of the track and actually shorten into the station itself. And back here. We'll put a little break in. I didn't put any brakes in anywhere else on the ride, so. Put 1 at 22, 1 at 18. Down. And we're home. Okay. Alright. Three from the front for the entrance and exit. But those, we'll probably end up. Those will be invisible and in a whole separate building. Okay. Let's see. So I already have a dark purple for cross purposes. I love this station. And my communion cafeteria. It turned out really nice. Very, very nice. Alright. Back to this coaster. Alright, let's give it a test and see what kind of stats we can get. I'm worried it's too intense though, and we'll probably have to at least somewhat modify the layout before we actually open it, but maybe not. Hope I put enough spacing between the two that when I start doing the scenery that there's enough, delineation between. And I'm the only person playing. Right. Means I can do whatever I want. Get a little window on that. Alright. Yeah, like I might have to like raise that loop a little bit or something. 35 is pretty fast to still be going at the top of it. That's pretty quick too. But then again, I could always shorten the train a little bit, take some cars off, or slow down adjust the speed of the lift hill. I mean, with how much speed I still have, I could probably could have done more. Yeah, 11.27. It is way too extreme. So a good guideline is you kind of want it under 10. Depending upon the scenario or what the settings are or whatever, the guests will ride anything, but typically, not many people want to ride something over 10. But they'll ride all the way up to 14 intensity. Okay, so first thing we'll do, let's bring it down to 7 cars on the train and see. We'll only send one for the test too in case there's a rollback, which I don't think there will be because we're going absolutely too fast through everything. Where did I put my water? Start thinking about the color scheme. What are you technically called? Violet. And you are dark pink. Light pink. It's kind of cool. Alright, that one at least go through slow on the first inline twist. Still pretty fast in that first loop. Alright, loop 2 is better. Yeah, it definitely took a good little chunk of speed off by taking it down from 9 cars per train to 7. I think it's still going to test too high though. Stats are already looking better, but we got max positive vertical G's of 4.4. That's probably still going to put it over 10. Oh yeah, I gotta send another. So you can't get the full stats until the test car actually makes it to the front of the station. 11.24. Not any better. So let's see. Sometimes this thing doesn't work, but let's see. So let's say our biggest issue are the positive vertical G's. Let's look at vertical G's. And we're just gonna follow the nope, it bugged out. I don't know why it does that, but normally you can follow kind of a graph and it'll show you exactly what points. That is too intense. So I guess we'll just have to figure it out by sight here. I'm worried it's actually the first drop right here. Because, I mean, that's not bad. And these last loops are fine. How fast does it go through that? It goes through that way too fast, so let's, close it, of course. And we're gonna put a little brake run and just kind of slow it down through the last little inline twist here. So we'll go 27 on that, 22 on that. Let's test. Well, I don't need to close. I don't think it's not going to make it. In fact, maybe I'll actually even go all the way down to 18 on that brake. I don't really want to have to put in like just tons of different brake runs, but might have to if it's gonna just be like way too intense. $10:30. Alright, streaming for 1 hour. I mean, I could probably make that. That hill probably doesn't have to go that far down. But it still does have to get up all the way there, okay. I mean, that could be the culprit too, coming out of this loop. That could be where the positive vertical G's are. And these loops are a little fast too. Okay, that's a lot better. Alright, let's see. It's so hard to read when they put in that terrifying red font. 11.17, so we're down from 11.24. Slight improvement, but not much. Alright, let's nerf our drop here a little bit, I guess. Since we're doing that, we can do a few of these straight pieces. Sometimes the straight pieces right after a drop can kind of cut down on the G's. Aw, oh, geez. This roller coaster's too intense. Oh, geez. Alright. 205, 205. Perfect. Alright, so, I mean, the main drop now is probably, what, like 20 feet? 20 feet less. Probably take off, I don't know, 7 to 12 mile an hour speed of the train. Made it through that good. I think we gotta slow down this loop. Let's see how fast the car's going through. Yeah, it's barely even slowing down to like 35. Like 8 inversions, I think. Pretty high number, but inverted coasters tend to have quite a few. We're still gonna be high, but we are getting closer. We're at 11.03, down from, what was it, 11.25, I think is what the initial design tested at. Okay, so what can we do next? Where else was it going too fast? Here. Oh yeah, I gotta close it. We'll do a couple breaks before going into this. I don't have any idea how fast to make the break, but because it's still gotta, get through another massive loop. It's 54 and a 49, which we're most likely gonna like make that a little lower, but we just need to soften. We need to gently soften the intensity. And we'll watch it in the view and see what speed it's actually at when it enters this part where we just put our brake run in. I'm gonna change the color of these trains too. I don't know if I like them though. 40 through there. Okay, that definitely softened it. And now it's not making through. Close, close before you crash. Okay. So how about actually 54 there? So 2 at 54. Let's try that. And what kind of theme do we eventually want to go with here? This is just kind of random stuff, right? I mean, there's like a giant ice cube and then a pumpkin. And these are raised up. What is that even? I don't know. I might take a hand at like a city theming, because I mean, I already have this thing here. So I think I could do like my own modern buildings. And if I do that Ivan Ooze thing, that idea from the Power Rangers movie. Oh, just barely. And do we make it through the corkscrews? Yep. I think this is still gonna be too intense. But it should be closer to 10, hopefully lower 10. Oh, 10.93. So that took, I mean, we're still moving in the right direction, but I'm not quite there yet. What else can I do? That graph isn't working. It'd be really nice to see the information. Uh-oh. I mean, I guess happen to have brake runs in on an inverted isn't too bad because they're kind of, they're a lot more hidden than if you had to do it on any of the upward facing tracks. All right, let's try doing a double 31-mile-an-hour brake. Soften that a tiny bit. Although where it's really hauling too badly, it's through here, I think, and that's what I don't think. I don't think this big swooping. Uh, it looked. I mean, I'd probably like it if I was riding it, but that might be where the positive vertical G's are because you're traveling pretty fast on that, and then you're doing the vertical kind of whip up. So we're gonna rethink. Is that actually even? I think it is. Too high though, right? Yeah. Okay, and that, I mean that gives us an opportunity to put another break in if we want to. And I think I'm gonna end up probably putting some kind of little hill. Do you need more food? Reggie. Rachel, you need food? My cat might need some more food soon. So there's that. Okay, and then we'll have one uh, straight track piece there in case we want to put a tiny break in. Maybe move that loop higher, but I don't want to not be able to punch through it with the other track, though. Okay. It's pretty twisty. Maybe gone a little further. Played this part of the track, and I mean maybe that could be another spot here where we're getting. I'll spin that around. Yeah, kind of right here out of the loop. That might be causing the extra intensity. I love the way that looks though, but I don't think the game considers it a very good thing to do if it gives you that high of an intensity. Okay, down. A little better. Still really, really fast through that loop. Probably will put a break in. Looks fine. That's not good. Okay, where did we lose too much speed? Alright, let's actually take these little brakes we had down here and increase them to 58. That might solve our problem. Maybe. Maybe, maybe. Mm-hmm. Where are we? I should watch the car and... Wait, show me the... Show me the car! Yeah. No, again. It's because of this brake I put in. I put it at 31. Let's do it at 36. Let's get the first car in our little view here. Yeah, I don't know why you see this works like at the beginning, and then it's suddenly just gonna like cut out. But if it stays up and we can actually use the graph, that would be awesome. But I doubt it. Yep, there it goes. It spears. Terrible. Like right when you... Yeah. I have no information to learn about the lift hill and then it completely blocks it. Alright, so I was going like 36 through there. Just seeing about putting a brake in. And then we're 32 around the bend. That should get us through the loop. Just twist. Oh, come on! Yes! Okay, so our speed through, basically all the inversions are looking a lot better now. With all the different brake runs and modifications, like over here. There's some parts of it that look kind of, I don't know. I don't like that helix had to be that high. They look a lot better when they're, you know, a little closer to the ground. Oh, 10.95, so like no better. Identical to last time. So we didn't fix any of the most intense spots. Okay, we're gonna redo um kind of this part out of the first loop. if we do a couple more pieces of track before we go into this, and then just burn off a little bit more speed. So let's cut it at the brake run. And we'll go up like 110. We want to land at 140. So that gets us to 130, and then now we're at 135, but we're also like swung way further away from this, I think. Which could be okay. I mean, let's see how far off we are. We're right next to it. So what I'm gonna do is actually the part, we'll do an extra curved piece there. And then we should be right in line, I think, right? Come up 140, 140. And then, I don't know if we'll keep the brakes, but we'll still put them in. I think it was 36. If I remember right, okay. Alright, so hopefully that killed a little bit of the, let the positive G's, bleed out a little bit, basically, before going out into that. And then lengthens the oval. The old oval lengthener. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. No more yellow cars. Different cars per train. Train 1. White. Train 2. Silver. Definitely looking a lot more smoothed out from the original design. Actually going 36. Nice. Okay, I think we're gonna be down a little bit, but still over 10. I'm gonna guess we're at like 10.6, which wouldn't be too bad down from 10.9. Otherwise, I mean, maybe I'll have to go even a little higher with that bend, or another area I want to investigate is coming out of the other loop. Okay, 4.16, 10.95. So, all right. So wherever we're peaking, we haven't actually addressed it yet. So I think it's here. I really do. It even looks like terrible and painful right there. Let's not do that. All right. Let's see. Run off a little speed. Maybe I can do that now. I was kind of worried about though is that I got to bleed the speed off from the loop. But it's going to be really hard to go into a similar track. I might have to put in a lot of kind of silly little buildings and hide some of this. All these extra straight pieces I gotta put in here. $135. How high are you? 130? 140? Okay. So we'll do that at 120. Um, and that's going to put us here, and we need to be over by that. I mean, we actually have enough room that if I want to try to, like, make up the difference with big swoopies, I probably could. I don't think the technical term for these are big swoopies. Okay, so we're at 120, and now we're 2 tiles off. We gotta be 2 up and 2 over. Oh, I hate S-bends. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. And it doesn't even close the gap, does it? I mean, one kind of, I guess, wild idea. Okay. 130 down. I mean, we don't really even need to get up to 130, do we? Can we just do this whole thing at 120? I think I have to move the corkscrews. It's not going to help the coaster be less intense, but I'm kind of thinking of actually doing 3 of them. I mean, where the hell does that put us? Yeah, like a little, just a little bit off there. It's not bad. Triple corkscrew. Insanity. That's insane. That's too intense. Okay. We'll get the train in view. So we can monitor the speed. So, yeah, modified that. Okay, here's where you need to pay attention. Through all of them? Alright, this looks a lot better. Okay, but I mean, if it's any higher, or it didn't drop by at least a little bit, then I think the third corkscrew is probably a pretty bad idea, but... Oh, 4.16, we're still... And we're back to 11.23. Okay, so... It's as intense as it's ever been. Back down to just 2. And I think we'll just do a very, very wide um, swing back over here. Yeah, where's my heights? 105, 105. It seems so boring though. We happen to have all the street pieces in there. We're too close. So let's put one more in the middle. Delete, delete. Okay. Test. Ooh. I don't know if I like that white. Oh, what was it again? Violet, right? Yeah. The whole thing, like, fucking bubblegum. Bubblegum coaster. You can join the game. I just had to reconnect because I was not synced properly. Alright, this probably won't much. I made it through, because, yeah, the other one got through fine, so. Anyway, that gives us a chance to add another break if we want to. I hope I'm done adding breaks to this thing, though. Hello. Hello, 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 everyone. Oh, nice houses, kills. Kits. Let's see how it tested. 10.93. Okay. Well, somebody built a In and Out. I've never been to an In and Out. The only thing I really know for sure about it is that half the people love it and the other half say it's completely overrated. Uh, I'm just typing in the chat right now with the Hank and Dookie, the other players. Yeah, those are some nice little houses that Hank built. Alright, let's go back. I just get so lost in the big view here. Okay. Alright, let's think about what else to change to make this thing less intense. Oh, maybe these double loops are just a little too much. I'm just looking at what sheets are on right now to ignore research status. Oh, that just has to do with scenarios. Okay. Ask if they know why the graphs for the vertical and lateral G's aren't working. You guys, do either of you know why the testing graphs for the vertical G's and lateral G's bug out? Alright, let's see if anybody answers. And no, I think they're talking about something else. See an answer. Oh, we just have to continue to figure it out. Okay. Oh, not delete. All right, let's actually bring these breaks up here to 31. Okay, so 31 on all those. I mean, these I can't really change because it needs to have enough to get through loop. I could get rid of What do I have? I have three different sets of inline twists. Okay, I could probably get rid of one of them at least. Yeah, maybe I'll get rid of this one and just into the hill, going into the loop instead. Alright, let's see. Down, what do we get up to, like 65 miles an hour? And we can still put a little break in there, because I think that's pretty fast through that first loop. Shit. Alright, so we got roll back there. Alright, let's take out the inline twist. And instead of that, we'll go like two higher. And bring down some of the intensity. Lose an inversion, of course, but I think we're just going to have to live with that. So to 145. I mean, hopefully it actually makes it up, that thing. So we got that. And then we got one tile. Trying to click on the ride, not the fucking fence. Okay. Delete. Let's go to our brakes. And let's see, 165 to 165. So we don't want to slow it down too much because then we're not going to clear the first loop. So 27. Let's try 27. But that might be too low. Uh, let's see. Seven cars. We could play with adding and removing cars from the train too. Okay, so you get like a white, silver, and gold car. I don't know, the white and silver look so similar, I'm gonna have to change one of those colors. Okay, let's see. And it is going like... Okay, that might be perfect. It feels a little abrupt, though. Oh, that's real slow up there. Okay, come on. Have enough juice. And you don't have enough juice. So we cannot actually go that high. I don't think inverted coasters have boosters. Plus, I don't want to use it. I don't want to spend all this time making it less intense just to put a booster in. That's bad design. Okay, 140. Uh, let's do 31 instead of 27 so it doesn't look so, um, just like, abruptly. Speed change. Come on, hurry up. Get up that hill. Train one. You can be. You want to be. You want to be tan? You want to be tan. You want to be brown? You don't want to be brown. Red kind of makes. I don't know. I don't like it. Green train. I like that. That might be enough. Nope. Oh, that was pretty close to crashing. I really don't want to give up on my big loop. Right, where else could we take out intensity? Probably that helix. I could move the big loop to be earlier when there's more speed. And then maybe do the... Like, what if I switch kind of the loop in the helix a little bit? And it's not even going nearly as fast as those... Okay, so... And that's not gonna be enough, is it? Nope. Okay. Okay, motherfucker! What else can we do? Let's go back to 8 cars per train. That might give us just a little bit extra momentum we need without having to adjust any of the brakes or anything like that. But then also, having more cars per train can fortunately sometimes raise the intensity a little bit. So be mindful of that. Exercise great mindfulness. This thing's a mess. Like somebody just shot a bunch of silly string all over a spot and called it a roller coaster. Slow. I mean, one thought I kind of had is like, what if I extend that, and then that helix actually wraps around the tower of that thing? Let's see. Yep. Okay. Adding one car. Uh, can clear the loop now. And we can add brakes here too, if we need to. Oh, yeah, I gotta allow it to actually get to the end of the station. Okay. 10.57. Nausea 10.01. So 4.19 Gs. It's way too much. Okay. Yeah, straight through it? No. Up, 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 up. 135, 155, 175, 180. And is that going straight through the building? No. It's going right next to the building. I don't even really know what tile it's on. I don't know if I like that. I mean, it's cool, but this entire little mini lot I built for the towers is full of ugly track supports now. try something a little different, I think. Um, I can't do that, can I? Okay, let's try that. We're not gonna have that break anymore, though. But we might not need it anymore, because that might be a better design in general. Only send one train. 31, my favorite. No, a little quick. We might put a break in. Two, and we're through. That seems a lot better. I made it home fine. 4.19, 10.77. God damn it. Alright, I guess what should we try next for taking out more intensity? I feel like I've like nerfed all the big high swings and everything, so I'm not really sure what's keeping it that. Unless maybe it's just the raw number of inversions I have. It's too many. But what should I take out? I think the double loops are too much. Alright, we'll take one loop out. Just make it Super boring. It's probably gonna go way too fast through that loop now too. Well, okay. Uh, let's actually elevate our loop a little bit. Maybe that'll. All right, not taking out the inline twist, but I do. I want it to look more even with the loop, so I think we're gonna actually go. Yeah, we'll go a few. That's more even. Two on that side, two on that side. Can't test inverted. Track is not a complete circuit. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, because that's 65, that's 75. Uh, Clearance checks are on, so when that's on, it doesn't stop a invalid height kind of thing, so to speak. So let's be careful for that. And I'm not going to turn it off because somebody else has it on for a reason. Oh, actually, no, 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 no. I am so stupid. We took out the we took out the second loop, so we're nowhere near actually being even with the other track anymore. Okay. Okay, great. So let's figure out a plan to get over there, I guess. And that's actually a helix down. Okay. Yeah, I want to do an S bend. I don't even think an S bend would get us there, though, right? No, it actually does get us exactly where we need to be. Okay. Such a bummer to have to do S bends. All right, goodbye, helix. I'm actually doing just kind of a whole redesign now, I guess. And that's totally gonna conflict, isn't it? Yep. Though maybe not that exactly. that to get up to 90? Oh, you can't barely see past the sycophant, which is the name of my wooden roller coaster. So we're on the second tile, and we need to be on the first tile from the fence. We'll just add a straight piece in there, and yeah, that works. We're at 95. God, this is so boring. Big, long, straight pieces. Okay. Let's hope for sub 10 intensity. Should I bring that down a little bit and just does this little part look weird? I mean, if it finally tests good on this run, I'll probably just roll with it, but I should consider getting rid of that dumb little dip. Little dip dumb. Oh. Ba, 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 ba. Alright, I feel like going maybe a little too quick through all this stuff again, so that may make the loop a little higher, perhaps? Part of me kind of wants to make the whole thing inline twist here, but let's see. 4.19, so wherever the hell the max positive vertical G's are too high, I have yet to edit that piece of track. Because it is not, any of the adjustments we made from the first test haven't changed the max positive vertical G's yet. Which is leading me to the conclusion that the main hill is the culprit. That's just too much of a it's too much. So let's that connects okay. Again, more just like straight track to burn off speed. Which I don't like having to add, but running out of running out of ideas here. 'Cause I definitely don't want to scrap. We're not scrapping this whole thing. We'll just keep adding it until it finally it becomes rideable. I don't. And yeah, 10.5 isn't necessarily like completely unrideable. It's just under 10 intensity would be ideal. Track looks dumber, but I mean that looked a bit more pleasant for the riders, I guess. Okay, still go through loop. Okay, that's good. All right, loop two. Swoopty swoops through the cork screws. A little quick. Mm-hmm. 4.02. Okay. I think that's it. I think we're under 10. Or we're gonna be low 10 if not under 10. We're only 10. We're only 0.10 less intense. Okay, so 10.45 and last test was 10.55. Like what more could we do? Let's play around. So for starters, we just kind of centered that better. And we're gonna go just a bit more gradual into the helix here. So I mean, hopefully that still lines up for the most part, and it looks like it does. But then it's not going to be low enough, is it? Okay, well. And am I outside my border? No, I'm not. Okay, good. I'm like, I'll probably end up going way outside the border now, but no. And 160, 160. Okay. What other areas could be a problem? So much straight track, I hate it. Like, bam, straight into the dirt. Alright, dial back. Dial back. 90 to 90. Let's there we go. And another thing we're going to do. And which way are we coming from, actually? Okay. So puts the loop up one higher, I think. Too bad you can't get the medium loop on the inverted, just the large and the small. Because the medium would be perfect, but it doesn't exist, I don't think. After this test, I'm gonna take a little 10-minute break and then when I come back, we'll start decorating it. Or we'll just continually try to get the intensity down and not even get to the decorating tonight, which could be a possibility. Uh, break run. Well, I mean, let's see how fast it's going, because I might actually tighten up those brakes a little bit. No, because it barely makes it through that, so I need all of that speed. Could make the helix higher. See how fast are we going through. That looks a little better. Okay. That's kind of quick, but not too bad. Um, we could do a little break right here. And a break here if we need to. We are at 10.68, so it definitely got more intense by adding the extra inline twist. So we're going to have to get rid of that. Um, I mean, not really super fun, but if taking out both of the inline twists brings down the intensity enough that it's within range, then I guess we'll just do these little bunny hills instead. Uh, I do want to do something more fun though, but apparently you can't have too much fun with the inverted coasters, or you get penalized with extreme intensity. I like watching them shoot up through them. Pretty proud of this structure. I think it looks great. I think it looks really good. Sycophant. Let's see if it's actually still synced up or not. Probably not. Might put a little break in there. I guess as long as whatever I break, it doesn't go slower than what the next brake run is, then I mean, the train should be going the same speed regardless. Yeah. Come on, give me a good score. .01. Okay, so we're down again from vertical G's. 10.23. We are so incredibly close to getting out of the red. Alright, I'm gonna leave anyone watching, which is potentially maybe two people if that's accurate. Thank you, two people. And take a little 10-minute break, but I'll leave you on the cross purposes coaster layout here. And I'll be back in 10. some food. All right. Okay, we are back. Back to the headache. I hate to say it, but I think we need a smaller lift hill. Oh, okay, so what's the best way to go about lowering this thing a little bit? Um, right, let's start here. Delete the entire lift hill. And let's do like 3 straight pieces. Um, and that should bring down the hill enough that maybe I forgot what the old one topped out at 225 maybe? Cuz that's 205 for that and that's 205 there. So why don't we go 215, which I think would be 10 feet less than what the original drop was. Alright, we'll just build that the exact same way. And what's the problem? 110, 120, okay, because we're too low. So, let's go here. And are we on the right, or we're actually one tile off? Son of a bitch. I did not mean to delete those, okay. Alright, so how about 210? Still down to 120. I think that should be the right. Not quite, but about 115. Is that actually proper though? Okay, that's proper. Alright. Okay, let's give it a test. Oh my god, not enough juice. Can't even get down there. Okay. Okay. That might still not be enough to get through. Because I did only drop it by 5 feet. I guess we can maybe try making the middle dip a little bit, but I mean, then we're basically just recreating the problem we had before. Please make it through. Please. Wow, that is so slow to be turned upside down. That's kind of funny. Alright, definitely get through the loop, okay? Yeah, okay. We could even still slow that down a little bit. That's funny how incredibly slow they're going through that inline twist. Okay. Alright, I don't see any reason why this should test above the lowest we've gotten so far, 10.45. So I would hope it actually is like... I mean, like a 9.8 would be ideal, but probably, I don't know, 10, 15 or something. 10.15. We are down to 3.96 on positive cheese. 10.07. Hey, so it's incredibly close to being figured out. One idea. Let's put a tiny double break in here at let's try 27. We'll just send one train because I'm not sure if it's gonna actually make it through. If not, we'll change it to 31 and try that. Do you think I filled the space I drew pretty well, though? When I initially drew for the wooden coaster, I think I had it out maybe like 10 tiles past the tree line here, and I didn't end up using that space, so. Okay. Oh. And that was going 25 through there. That might be too slow. Son of a bitch. Okay. So how do we fix... Let's bring the... Let's bring the loop in a little bit. I mean, I could technically go down one lower to 60, but I don't think I want to do that. Okay, that's actually... fine. Giant loop. Give it a test. Only two people? Oh, wait, that... Wait, what? Somebody renamed my fucking roller coaster to the cuck chair? What a little brat. What a little fucking brat. Rename it, okay, sycophant. What else got renamed? We should check. Okay, they didn't mess with cross purposes, that's good. And, no, we just can't make it through that loop at all. $65. I mean, I could make a trench if I need to make it lower all the way down to 60. Okay, I don't know. Oh yeah, somebody renamed them to all kinds of fucking gross shit. There's a bunch of other. I'm not even gonna read those out loud. What a crawl. I mean, I could do the little. I should be doing the little dip first and then do the twist into that. I'll probably end up changing that. Wow, they actually kind of synced up. That was cool. Alright, please, please, please. You fucking piece of shit. I'm gonna change the brakes there to 31. Um, Move that over there. And then, yeah, let's actually uh, build that completely differently. So let's see, 180, and we're at 200. Okay. So we'll actually do that, and then do the twist, and then into that. Yeah. Set to the right. Much better. Test. $12:30. Stream in like 3 hours. I'll maybe go for another hour and then shut it off for the night. Yeah, that looks a lot more fun. Instead of just very, very slowly being turned upside down. Yeah, I set that to 31. That doesn't really line up, but it's fine. Ah! Alright, I'm wimping out and putting a booster in. I don't know, 45 miles an hour. We'll track the car. Like 36 to 31. I mean, I can maybe just let it change the brake to 36 and let it go with 36. 29? 49, okay, so that brake. Almost. Wow, that came really close to colliding. 49. Hmm. Green, silver, and yellow colors. Hmm. And 36. Gets nerfed down to 30. Let's see how fast it's going over the booster. It's going 54 over the booster. So that means we need to go like 2 miles an hour higher. 54. Yeah, let's go 58 on the booster. Do at 36. What are these set at again? 31. And down to 27. And these are at 63, which makes no sense. 54, but I don't even think it's going that fast either. And what happened here? Okay. Yeah, I've been streaming coaster builds for last 2-3 days, so hopefully get some people interested at some point in watching and chatting and commenting and liking and subscribing and all of that. But you know, if not, whatever. It's fun. I love this game. uh I didn't play it much for like 24 years, but I'm back playing it again and talking out loud through some of this stuff actually is kind of helpful. Should be tracking the speed here. Okay. Get over 54 to 56 gets us through the loop. Okay. Okay, so last test before last modifications we did was 10.01. We should absolutely be like slightly under that. Hopefully like 9.8 or something like that. Then if it's, within the thing, we can start building the station tonight. Which I think I kind of want to do a weird big slanty. Oh my god, what do we have there? I can barely read that. I think it says 9.9. Amazing. I might actually play with the. There's a lot of custom, what they call like catwalks. That is on actual roller coasters, with kind of the service stairs and stuff like that. I think there's a lot of spots on here, like all the different brake runs. You'll often see like a little uh, platform if engineers have to go up and fix the brakes or play with them or whatever. Okay, cool. All right, I'm super happy about that. I I think I'm still thinking about naming it Ivan Ooze after the Power Rangers villain. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Ivan Ooze. And I am Killer Squid 87. Put my name on it. Hopefully it doesn't get renamed to something fucking stupid. Okay. Alright, a big pink Ivan Ooze coaster calls for a big pink station. Oh, where should I start? Look at all the walls. That's kind of cool with the pink drapes on the wall there. Hmm. Like pink steel? That could be kind of cool. Pink castle stuff. A lot of pink windows. What kind of material is this? Minus Tirith? Lord, the LOTR, it's a Lord of the Rings ball? What? That's a wooden wooden plank. I don't want to go wood. I don't want to go brick. I might go back to that steel, but I don't like. I want it to look like it like rivets all over it. What is this? Haunted Mansion vertical stripe wallpaper. Maybe. Put one down. Look at it. And that's a gravel one. Brick. Stucco. I mean, I was kind of thinking something like that. So stucco's a good possibility. Brick. More brick. Stone. Spiral wall. What the fuck is that? Oh my god, I didn't actually. Okay. That's kind of cool. That's Spanish stucco. Okay. The white spiral? What's that brown? I don't want that brown in there. Clear would look crazy, right? Because it's just going to show whatever is behind it. Huh? I mean, no, clear's kind of cool. Alright. Alright. Yeah. I was putting different things down to see kind of how they look. Alright, I think we'll do that. That's the base. Yeah, for our station, let's see. Glad I put it in the middle so I wasn't choked on either side here. So let's see. It's the middle. I'm just gonna restart that. Okay. So we'll do 5 across. 2. However many across that is. Right? Yeah. Okay. No. Actually, gonna do something kind of, I don't know. I would normally build the queue path this early before the rest of the station, but I think I kind of want to like on this side, on the entrance side, have it like slanting up like this, and then maybe a bit bulkier on the back side, so that the whole station itself is kind of in a more wedge type shape. God, it's so high, and it doesn't even clear the coaster. Okay. Alright, I guess what we'll do is kind of a. Which way are we facing? Um. I mean, I'll probably maybe extend from this middle part a new path over here. I'm just trying to think of. Then also, I was kind of thinking access from over here. Yeah, let's go over here first. And I don't know exactly like. So we'll stop there for now. And no, I'm not going to build the exit path yet. I do need some kind of corner thing here. Do they make some kind of corner thing? Or did I just screw myself here? Oh, I like that door. How do you have those and then not an actual corner piece? Flat roof corner. Okay. We're scrapping that. Scrapping that whole idea. Okay. No. Yeah, we'll just leave it under there. Um, yes, might as well just build the exit too. Which we're also gonna kind of tuck away a little bit and put it right there until we know what we want to do next. Wowzer. Get my pink wall out. We're gonna do this big window thing every other. All the way around. I don't know why I'm doing it like that. Okay. There we go. Forgetting the shortcuts. Okay, that I was worried it wouldn't be properly even, but looks like it is. And I should definitely figure out what the interior floor should look like too. No, no. Every other. That, okay. Disable clearance checks. So I can build through that stupid path. Okay, and then I want to kind of just start like slanting up as much as I can. I know like nothing about these curved walls. They look pretty cool though. Like where would that even, like that? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's not high enough. How quickly you abandoned something you just did. How quick. If I put some of these in, it's um, kind of like what I did in the middle layer here in the big cross station. Are all my stations lined up? I mean, they're all facing the same way, right? I mean, that one goes out that way. And that one goes out that way. This one doesn't, though. This one's the opposite. Yeah, the white. Or the, whatever that super light blue is. Periwinkle? Is that what periwinkle is? Yeah, we'll go with periwinkle. Come on. Alright, that's pretty cool base. And let's see, 5 by 5. Yep. Alright, what should I make the ground in here? Red? Red tarmac? Probably look good. Yeah, I like that. Good base. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna leave it there for tonight, but got the third coaster up with the base of the station. And tomorrow night, maybe I'll stream. I do have to work uh till about 9. So it wouldn't be till like 10. But if not, tomorrow probably Wednesday or Thursday night, and then we'll pick back up and finish our station, and then figure out trees or whatever else we want to do. So there's supposed to be 2 in between there? No. I built that wrong. I built it one too high up. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that quick, and then I'm gonna get off for the night. Let's see. Tiles up. Raise the ground. Go away. Fix my fence. Delete, you stupid fucking piece of shit. That's fixed, okay. Does that fix that? Are these the same distance across? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four, five, right? I see what I did wrong. This one needs to be, this entire thing needs to be moved over one. I can't believe I didn't notice that earlier. This goes to show you, you gotta check basically anything you make from all four perspectives, because it does now is placed in the right spot, and you might not catch it until. And yeah, we gotta go one less. God, delete. It'd be so hard to select. Like the fence behind the fence, and then the bushes are in the way. Okay. Okay. All right. Down. Water down. Water down. Water down. Water down. Land up. Land up. Land up. Land up. And then fix our fence. Uh, let's take a look at it again. Yeah, now it looks good. I'm wondering if I should just make like this whole thing around like a strip of water, and then it'd be kind of like this thing has like a little bit of a moat, you know. Okay. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and watch again soon. Comment and do all those wonderful things. Okay. Goodbye. Thank you.